obsessed with this album. Alright, well, it's Starbucks time. And we're recording. Oh, I don't look good. I'm a hot mess. Sorry for cackling in your ear. It's early. I'm on my way to the car dealership for my complimentary oil change, which I've been putting off for 2 months. Not a good idea, kids. Don't put off your oil change. Luckily, I don't drive very much, so it's not concerning to me. Like, I don't have a ton of mileage on this car. But, you still have to do it regularly, because safety first. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape, and it's an important thing to do. So if you've been putting off getting your oil changed, this is your friendly reminder to do that. I'm just getting myself a coffee. I brought one of my little straws from home, because I don't actually know if they let me stay in the car for the oil change or if I have to get out, but I don't want to remove my mask, so I'm just gonna do that. Right. I wasn't gonna vlog. Good morning. Hello. I wasn't gonna vlog today. I wanted to vlog this weekend, and then I don't know. It's been such a heavy time. My heart feels so heavy. And I'm like, and I just feel so almost stupid level vulnerable. Like, really vulnerable. And then I was thinking, you know what? Yeah. I'm in the drive-through line. Don't panic. I'm not on a road driving. This is the time to share. This is the time. This is the content I want to share with you. It's not when everything's happy-go-lucky and picture-perfect and my life is, like, amazing. I want to share with you when I'm feeling vulnerable and, you know what, hits the fan and I'm just sad and tired. I gotta get my coffee. Winnie needs a brushing today. That's on the agenda. Want to say hello? She says, no, I don't. I want to sit on my pillow. All right, you know we're getting serious if you're propped up on the couch with a hot beverage. I'm not going to talk at you too long, hopefully. Okay, bye. I got my coffee and then I got right into the oil change and it went much faster than I thought it would. And I ended up having a conversation with a friend while I was waiting. I didn't even drink my coffee because I was chatting with a friend who really helped me, and I wanted to share about that. You know, it's not a sit-down portion of the video without Winnie drinking her water. Hi! Are you click-clacking? If you're like, what do you mean drinking your water? I don't know if you can see it, but she drinks from a water stand. I get asked about this all the time. She was, before she came into my life, that's how she was taught to drink water, was never out of a bowl, was out of a water stand. And I just continued with that. When you have a long-haired dog, it can be beneficial to do water stand training instead of bowl drinking, because when their faces get wet and their beards, they call them their beards, hold moisture, it can lead, open up to bacteria, harvest meat. I don't know. It's just, it's for sanitary and health reasons. That's why she drinks from a water stand. You put a bowl in front of that girl and she looks at you, a bowl of water, I should say. She looks at you like, what the heck am I supposed to do with this? Trust me, I've tried. So yeah, that's why she has that. We'll let her finish and then we'll chat. Okay, I think she's hydrated now. Part of me likes to think that the reason she always wants to take a big long drink when I sit down to start chatting is because she's considering how much talking I'm gonna be doing and how that's gonna make me thirsty. I don't know, you guys, I'm just being silly now. But anyway, right, leaning into the vulnerability. I didn't post my usual Friday video. I just couldn't face it. And I know that sounds ridiculous to many of you, and I know many of you will also understand. It's just been hard. I think we can all agree 2021 is off to a rocky start. It is definitely rocky in my country right now. It's been rocky. It's just rocky everywhere with the pandemic too. And just, I know with crystal clarity that I do not have the right words to discuss what happened on January 6th and all the implications of that. And I don't even know if I want to. What I want to share with you is my feelings on it. I feel like, I'm gonna try really hard not to swear, you guys, but just consider if we were sitting down, just the two of us, there would be F-bombs and everything coming out of my mouth. Like I swear a lot in real life. I try to keep it clean on my channel. I'll try to keep it clean here. I feel like a complete jerk when I say I'm an empath. I feel like major imposter syndrome about that. I feel like it makes me seem more important than I am or more special than I am. I don't know. I just feel like a jerk when I admit to anybody that I'm an empath. But I am. And I've known this forever. I've talked about this for years and years, how I identify as a highly sensitive person. Highly sensitive people are empaths, okay? I mean, they're pretty much synonymous. I don't know what the actual, psychological studies are behind that, but I don't know how you could separate the two. This is why I don't tune into the news maybe as much as I definitely have been much more than usual the last year, and I'm finding ways to stay tuned into news and politics, especially in a way that feels like I can handle. I can't watch the news. It just makes me feel like literal garbage. This is why I have a very small circle. I tend to take on the emotions of people in my circle, whether we're in close proximity or just talking even through distance. And I think it's a beautiful thing, but it's also it's a challenge, right? It's a challenging thing. I feel a lot, and it's hard sometimes to feel that much. I am grateful that I do, because I think it's an important piece of who I am. But I also think it's a really big reason about why I'm such a loner. I do self-isolate a lot, intentionally or not, consciously or subconsciously, to protect myself. And that's just who I am. I also really need people, and I'm learning that more. Like getting emotional. Oh boy. I've never considered myself like super patriotic or like a super proud, like I'm proud to be an American. Not that I'm not proud to be, but I've just never really connected in a deeply personal way with my country of origin. And I've never really been super involved in politics or socioeconomics really, or any of those kind of bigger picture country specific things. The past year has taught me that I'm more connected than I thought. And January 6th showed me it was like an avalanche on my heart that I am absolutely an American citizen. And I'm heartbroken. I really don't like crying ever. And I don't like crying on camera. And I never cried on camera until the last few years. And then I feel like every time I cry on camera, I regret it so much, because people can be so cruel. But this is me leaning into vulnerability. Because I don't know. I really don't know anything. I can't tell you much about politics or how the country is run or how things work, because I don't have a good education in that, and it was never my priority. But I can tell you that I am heartbroken, and it surprises the hell out of me that I care this much. It also doesn't surprise me at all. I don't know, it's very weird. But it's been a very heavy couple of weeks, and I just feel so unsafe. Things I took for granted, certain rights and freedoms and privileges, I definitely took for granted, because it feels like those aren't guaranteed things. They never were. But I thought they were. I believed they were, subconsciously. I thought I was entitled to those things. But the truth is, we aren't. Life can turn on a dime. We all know that from life experiences. I know that. You know that. Things can hit you when you least expect it. The blows can be fast and hard and devastating. This is the only thing I know. I feel so called to keep showing up here, even though it's, quite frankly, breaking me. I'm already feeling really broken and just, I can't, I'm breaking. But am I just a masochist? Do I just want to show up and be beaten? No, that's not it. What feels so super important to me right now is showing up, showing you my blubbering mess. What right do I have to feel like this? I live a cushy life. I don't really have any huge problems. I have a roof over my head. I have food in my refrigerator. I'm not in financial crisis. I'm not in any real crisis where I can't physically live. Yeah, there's been emotional crises, but I'm handling them. I'm strong. What right do I have to be devastated? I'm a white, privileged woman. And I'm heartbroken. And I think that's the piece that's making me put my heart on the line here. And I keep doing this. I put my heart on the line because I know it's gonna hurt like hell to show up like this, publicly, privately. I put my heart out there, and most of the time, if it's not trampled, it's very politely handed back to me, or somewhere in between, you know? And it hurts a lot. But the thought of shutting off completely, of not putting myself out there, of not showing up, of not making the effort to connect, that sounds like the worst possible life to me. I would much rather crash and burn over and over again from showing up vulnerably, authentically, transparently, truthfully, than to hide in order to protect myself from feeling. Because I know if I did that, I wouldn't feel anything at all. Yes, I am a bit of a loner, and I do that out of some sort of self-protection measure. But when I show up wholeheartedly. And my life is about striking that balance, and it shifts. It's not always 50-50. It's very rarely 50-50. It's usually one or the other, and it fluctuates within the course of a day even. Sometimes I need a lot of space, and sometimes I need zero space. Here's the bottom line. If we don't show up for each other, if we just isolate and hide and pretend we're all islands, we have nothing. Life is painful. Being human is excruciating. Pain. Just emotionally. Forget all that other stuff that is also super painful, depending on your situation, circumstances. I'm not here to be like, oh, rain down your love on me because I am so special and need all this coddling. And no, I'm showing up to show you that I am human. You are human. We're all humans together. And when everything else is going to pot, as they said, I think we need that more than ever. We need to show up regardless of situations and circumstances that surround our individual lives and say, hey, guess what? We're not islands. We're all connected. We're all connected on this journey. No matter what you believe in, no matter what faith you have or any spiritual meaning you ascribe to your life, bottom line is we're connected. Nobody is an island. Feel it all, you know? Life lived numb, might look safe, but it's the most dangerous, most damaging, not only to yourself, but to the people you care about. And we can't help but care about people because that's what humans do. They care, whether they like to admit it or not, in various levels and different ways, but we care. And I do believe that. So that was longer than I wanted to say. It obviously did not want to cry. Here I am, I'm here. You can thumbs down my videos, that's fine. You can leave nasty comments, sure. You can say wonderful things that people attack you for because they think you're just one of my lemmings or whatever. Fine. I don't want to let that stop me from feeling and from reaching out and from putting my heart on the line and connecting. Some of you might think this is absolute BS, and that's fine. But for those of you who this reaches in some way, I hope you know that you're not an island, you're not alone, we are connected. And there is somebody who cares about you. I care about you. We might not know each other, I might not know your face. You know mine, obviously. I don't know yours, but I still care about you. You're important to me, and I will keep showing up. Sometimes I need to take a step back so that I can keep showing up, but ultimately that is so I can continue connecting. It's for me, it's for you, it's for us. We all do it in slightly different ways. This is just the way I connect. It's taken me 10 years, more, almost 11, to figure out this is how I connect. And that's a very important part of my purpose, if not one of the most important parts. Figuring out how I connect. This is it, you guys. I have such imposter syndrome about YouTube being my career. It's messed with my mind for years. And while I've made progress in kind of owning it more, I still feel like such a douchebag for being like, I'm a YouTuber, this is my career. And it's like, and there's always this, right now, there's this voice in the back of my mind, like, you are a douchebag. This is not a career. Who are you kidding? And then I was talking to a friend today, like I said, when I was getting my oil change, and she's like, well, how many videos have you put up in, over 10 and a half years? This is how many. This is how many videos I've posted. Do you know how many hours of filming, editing, sharing, connecting, posting accompanies all 1,767 of those videos? There's no imposter here. This is what I do. And better yet, it brings me back to my purpose. I can't think of a more ideal career than one where I am fulfilling a foundational pillar of my life purpose in connecting. How lucky am I? I think I'm gonna go get on my bike because I have a lot of this emotion and it just helps me so much. It's not snowing anymore. It was very short-lived, but I'm glad that it was snowing this morning. I got to experience that. I'm gonna get on my bike, take a nice shower, and then take Winnie out for a good walk. And I'll check back in. Okay. So I did not get on the bike yet. I've been answering DMs for the past, 45 minutes. You guys are lovely. I love you so much. I posted on Instagram, very abbreviated version of what I just said. Anyway, here's some little things. I'm just going to share some little snippets with you. Winnie update. She's been on a fish oil for, maybe a year now. Moved to capsules per her vet's recommendations because the pump just doesn't stay stable, like the liquid pump version. It doesn't stay stable past like a few weeks, he was saying. Whereas the capsules do. So what I do is I cut them into her food. Now, Winnie is not, I think a lot of dogs will eat their food right away. Winnie does not. She eats about a half a cup of food over the course of 2 days. And he suggests her having 500 milligrams a day. So what I do is I take 2 500 milligram pills and I snip them. Most of that goes into the food. I just kind of mix it up. She's on Akana food. She's been eating Akana food for a few years with a really great, it just works for her digestive system. The steel cut oatmeal that I shared the recipe of in my Instant Pot recipe fall video. I don't remember what the video was called, but I shared it in the fall recipes video. That's it. So good. I need some fuel before I get on the bike and kick my butt. And also I've been trying this week just for a little extra hydration. I've just been not drinking enough water and I've been working hard. So giving that a shot just for a little. Those are just some little things. We'll do some more little things later. All right, kids, we made it out into the world. We need a little hand sanitizer, even though I literally only touched my purse. But it's just what we do now. And by we, I mean my co-pilot is here with me. So, the only close-ish stockist of the Annie Sloan paint. Oh my gosh, if you've been following along with me since November, I've been working on these bookshelves since then. And it's not next door, it's like 20 minutes, which is not a big drive. But their store hours are just always when I'm like on mommy duty during the week. And they weren't open on Saturdays for a little while. Finally back open on Saturday. I don't know how, I put the project like totally aside over the holidays too. So it's very likely they've been open for a while. Anyway, I'm up here in Highwood. I got some more paint because I have another project I'm working on. These sofa back consoles that are like a brown wood that I want to paint this graphite color, which is a project I will eventually get to. But what I mainly went for was the wax, because that is the main reason the bookshelves in my room are not done. They have soaked up so much more wax than I anticipated, especially because this is my first project and I had no clue what I was doing. But I didn't realize like just how much wax it would need. And I went through, I think, 3 of the like regular size tins, 2 or 3, and I ran out. And I ran out. I've done all the shelves. They've cured for sure because it's been well over a month. And I did one whole bookcase, but I have 3 other bookcases to do. And I would really like to finish that project this month. Because the bookshelves have cured, it takes, they say, anywhere from 5 to 21 days to cure. It's definitely been that. I think I'll be able to put the books on right away as soon as I give the wax, a couple of days to set. And I've been doing 2 coats. That's the other reason it's been soaking up so much. But yay, I finally have the wax. Since we're all the way up here, I'm going to drive just to the next town over. It's my favorite place to go walking, especially when I'm just feeling like in need of that kind of connection. I go up to Lake Forest. So I'm going to take Winnie up there. We're going to walk up there, maybe take a gander at the lake. I did a really good workout. I filmed some stuff while I still have the daylight. I've been working on my bullet journal video, which I will have for you this week, for real. I needed some time with that. And I just needed some time last week, period. But I've been filming all the overhead shots for that in my office, and I need the daylight for that. So, but yeah. So I'm feeling productive, which is good, but also like I'm taking real good care of myself today. Also good. And we are going to go for a nice walk, and that's going to feel awesome.
When the stream is dry and the bank calls out your name, till the stream is high and the waters do regain again.
Time has passed. I ate some food. I did some yoga. I filmed a little tiny bit more. I felt like today was the really good mix for me of productivity and deliberate non-productivity. And now I'm in the, I don't know, is it 5 yet? No, it's like 4:30. We're getting there. We're getting to 5, and I'm gonna build a fire and just like park myself in front of the fire for the rest of the evening. Might take a bath. Do you hear Winnie sniffing? I just gave her a treat. She's making sure she ate every last crumb. I don't know. I feel good. I feel like I said, it was the right balance for me today. But yeah, obviously, I don't have my kids today. I think that's pretty obvious. I don't have them every day, and I miss them. I miss them a lot. I try to do the things that would take my attention away from them when they're here, like the home projects and the filming and the editing and the staring at the fire. No, we do that together all the time. I'm just kidding. But yeah. Anyway, I thought I'd show you some more little things. First little thing is the book I started reading this year. Actually started the audiobook right at the beginning of the year, finished the audiobook, got most of the way through the actual physical book, and then stopped reading for like a week because life, I don't know. But I'm trying to prioritize one of my, I guess you can call it goal, is just something I'm thinking about at the beginning of this year, is how I want to replace reaching for my screens with reading more. So I'm making an effort to finish this book this week. What I do with books that I'm really excited about or I'm really enjoying is I will usually listen to the audiobook slightly ahead of how I'm reading the physical book. That's just what I've been doing in recent years. But yes, I would like to read more this year. I really am enjoying this book. It's not for everybody, I don't think, but it suits me really well, and I completely support this concept of wintering. I bought myself candy because I was like, I'm going to have a couple movie nights or something. I'm going to sit with the fire in front of the TV and have candy because, you know, health. But I don't know. I love really good, like beautifully dark chocolate. But then sometimes I just want something really processed and like sugary and not good for you at all. Chocolate at least has antioxidants and some other health benefits. This has absolutely no value aside from joy. But the joy, we will take the joy where we can get it. And lastly, an order I placed came in. I wanted to show you. Oh, you know what? The other part of it's in the, hold on. So I'm not confident that I'm pronouncing this woman's company name correctly, but I believe it's Cocorina. Do not quote me on that. But she's somebody I follow on Instagram. She does a lot of really beautiful artwork. This is all her own artwork. She lives in Greece, I believe. Also, do not quote me on that. But her stories show the most beautiful scenery. Greece is definitely high on my bucket list of places I'd like to travel when that's a thing again. And I do believe at some point and someday we will be able to travel safely again. I am holding out hope for that. Anyway, she does a lot of work with astrology and cosmos and especially moon stuff. And I have been enjoying and paying more attention to those sorts of things lately, which I'll talk to you about in a minute. But I bought this print from her, which is stunning. I need to lie something on it so it flattens all the way out. And then I have all this artwork I need to hang. I have lots of pieces I want to hang in my office and in the main parts of the house too, and that's another project for me this spring. So this is a print I bought from her. It's the moons of 2021, the sky. So it's got all of the different astrology and the moon cycles on it, and it's just stunning. And then I also bought her flat note cards, which again are just, I mean, so beautiful. They come with these beautiful gold envelopes and a gold pen, and yeah, I want to write some more notes this year. So bought some beautiful stationery. And then most excitingly, because I know there's some of you who watch my channel who are planner diehards like me, she has a celestial based planner and I just had to have it. I'm using my bullet journal. I love my bullet journal. I love supporting small businesses that I appreciate the content she puts for free on Instagram. I like her vibe. I think she seems like a good person and I like supporting her. And she makes the most beautiful stuff in Greece. And it's all hand drawn by her. And then she uses local providers to make her products, which I think is also awesome, local to her. And I just couldn't resist. So I got her 2021 planner, mainly out of curiosity, but I kind of want to use it in almost a journalistic function. I'll show you a little bit of it. I don't know how to pronounce that or what that means. I think she talked about it at some point. I'll have to look it up. It's probably written right here. Alafe carinata is an impressive snake. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Historically, serpents and snakes represent fertility or create life or a creative life force. So it's basically, you can use it as a traditional planner or as a way to journal. And I thought that I mean, I have so many journals already. I keep 2 journals and my bullet journal, but one's dedicated just to the kids and one's like a diary, basically a personal diary. But I just really, it's so beautiful. I wanted to support her. And I just was so curious, flat out curious. So we'll flip through it a little bit. I don't have like an overhead thing set up for you here. She's got all the moons of the year, because you know, that's kind of her shtick. We'll just flip through January. She goes through what the moon crystal of the month is, the zodiac sign, the planet, the full moon. Full moon, by the way, is on my birthday this month. It's my full moon birthday, which is exciting. But yeah, she talks about when the meteor shower is, new moon, all of this, and this is all her artwork, isn't it? I mean, it's beautiful. And then you've got some transformations to write down. What was the first thing? I just flipped right over that page. Vision and progress, affirmations and transformation, skin shedding, healing, self-love, make a change. A month at a glance calendar with the moon cycle in it, and then you have a weekly calendar with, see, I think this would be a great place to do like daily gratitude practice and then write a few notes for the day. If you follow astrology and you want to kind of write your astrology for the day, or I don't know, it's just could be interesting in that way. And this, you know, continues on for the whole year, and it's just this most beautiful book. I can't get over how gorgeous it is. The cover has that almost suede-y feel to it, and the foiling is just stunning. So yeah, I'll link her below, of course, but coming from Greece with all of the slow mail stuff, this came super fast. It was maybe $2 or $3 extra for express shipping, which in the grand scheme of international shipping is a very, you know, it's not a significant fraction of an increase. And I got the package 5 days after I ordered it from Greece, and that included over a weekend. So really pleased as punch with this. Can't wait to use it. Okay, I know it's dark. Bear with me. Let's see. I love this thing, by the way. Don't know if the camera's gonna pick that up. My little scheme match thing. Let's see if we can ignite something here. So lately, because I think I've mentioned this before, with grocery store here, the grocery stores here still aren't allowing reusable bags. Yes, Winnie? Winnie, come. What's wrong? She gets a little worried, I think, when I light a fire. Haven't burned down the place yet. Put a nice piece of bark on top, so that should be pretty epic. The grocery stores here aren't, at least my local Whole Foods, still not allowing reusable bags, so getting lots of brown paper bags, which is not my favorite, but I've been using it in place of kindling with great success this year. So that should start to take off in a minute. Yeah, I put a real nice piece of bark and a half-charred piece of wood on top, so yeah, that should light up nice. This is the Scheme. Scheme is the name of the brand, S-K-E-E-M. Match thing I was talking about that I bought, I don't know, last month. I love it. I keep it up high because it's matches and it's breakable. Double whammy. I keep it up on a shelf here in the, over there, if you want to know specifically. Over there. In fact, while we're lighting things, I'm almost at the end of my, is it tins? Somebody was telling me it's not times, it's tins. Fraser fir candle that I buy myself every holiday season. Yes, Winnie, I know, we don't like the matches. The matches make us nervous, huh? There it goes. All right, let's chat about astrology for a second, because I know I'm gonna get questions and comments on that. It's just a different lens that I like to look at my life through lately. That's really all. I know some people think it's a crock of poop. Some people think it has some validity, and there's some people who swear by it, and everybody in between all of those points. I've just been appreciating using astrology as one lens of many that I use to reflect and process my life through right now. And I've been enjoying it. Look at that, it's going. But yeah, that's really that was very concise for me, wow. Good job, it can be done. All right, you guys, I'm gonna wrap this up here. I think I'm gonna Netflix and chill. I'm gonna tell you this one story, and then you might actually think I am a nut job if you don't already, and that's fine. So I've been binging the Netflix show, is it Virgin River? Virgin River, that sounds right. I just started it last night, and I binge watched like half of the first season. But the reason that I was drawn to the show, and I have not been a big TV watcher in recent history. I usually prefer YouTube if I'm gonna sit and watch something, or I do like a movie series, like I did Pirates of the Caribbean. I went through all the Jason Bourne movies, but I was just flipping through Netflix because I was like, I could use something to watch this weekend. I had this feeling earlier in the week that it just got real dark, that I might want to, is that too creepy? That might be too creepy. That I just might want to watch something, you know? So I was just flipping through Netflix, and the picture, the like promo picture on Netflix for this show is what caught my attention. It was this beautiful, I guess it's a river, it looked like a lake in the picture, with these gorgeous mountains. And it turns out it's supposed to be set in northern California, like way up there, close to Oregon, I believe, but they actually shoot it in Canada. I looked it up because I was like, well, I need to know what this mountain is. And you guys know I love mountains. And I started watching it, and it sucked me in. And it's not I mean, I like the show well enough. It's just, I mean, it's not like the most brilliant thing I've ever seen, but it's entertaining, and I've gotten invested in the characters enough. But the scenery is, you know, spot on. But the reason I'm kind of really sucked in is because it so closely resembles this like fantasy plot line that I derived of in my head several years ago. And it's really uncanny, the parallels there. So I have a very active imagination, and one of my coping mechanisms when I'm in like personal, like big stress, is I will go inside my imagination and cultivate these like imaginative worlds. And they don't even necessarily involve me. Sometimes I am a player in these stories, but not all the time. It's like I'm a writer who doesn't write my stories. I just conceive of them in grand detail in my mind. And I had this story that really carried me through a very rough patch a few years ago that I cultivated in my mind about this lake, mountain, river, town, and this cabin built from the ground up, and this coming from a larger city life to this very rural life, and the town, and the kind of energy of all that. I don't know, it's just fascinating. There's something, I read this Elizabeth Gilbert book a few years ago called, I think it's called Big Magic, where she talks about how ideas are not just, like, she spoke of ideas as these almost beings that float around, and they will stick with a person if they feel like there's some ground there, and if the person doesn't follow through on that idea, it will flit away to somebody else, like that exact idea. And I'm not here saying like, oh, that was my original storyline and somebody took it. No, I mean, it's very possible that exact storyline existed 1,000 times before that. It's just fascinating that I stumbled across it in this moment where I just haven't been watching shows, and suddenly I was like, I need a show. And that's the show I pick. I don't know. It's just, it feels serendipitous to me, and it just, I don't know. I like seeing connections like that. And even if it's a crock of poop, I don't know if I care, because it brings me peace to see connections like that in places. But anyway, now you know things you didn't really need to know about me or want to know. And I've definitely, gone up the nut job ladder in your head. But it's all right. I don't mean to make light of mental health or anything. I'm just playing here. But in all seriousness, today was an important day of moving through some emotional stuff, and sharing with you, as I did earlier this morning, really helps me. So thank you for letting me be vulnerable with you. And thank you to there's just been so much lovely interaction with you guys on Instagram today, and I appreciate you so much. And I wish I could get to everybody. It's impossible. But I do appreciate you, and gosh, you guys, this is it, you know? This is what connecting in 2021 looks like. And you know what? I'm here for it. Well, let's do it. Let's continue doing it. I hope you're all well. I hope you are finding peace, enjoying comfort where you can, and letting yourselves be vulnerable, opening yourselves up to love, and letting others be vulnerable with you so that you can love on them and they can love on you. Okay, guys, take very good care, and I'll see you with the bullet journal video in a few days. We'll peace out on the fire.